Hi everyone, I hope I find you well. Thank you very much for coming to my channel. My name is CeeChronicles. I do fragrance reviews mostly, and I do lifestyle and fashion videos. So if it sounds like something that you're interested in, please do watch this video and don't leave without clicking the red subscribe button. To my returning subscribers, I'd like to say thank you very much. I appreciate you coming back as always. I'm here to bring you a fragrance review video. This is not new in the fragrance community. I'm here to talk about the Extrait de Parfum of the Baccarat Rouge 540. This fragrance, like I said, is not new. It is one fragrance that is big, so it just took, it just made an entrance, and it still is one of the most popular fragrances. This though is a 2017 composition, but I'm talking about Baccarat Rouge 540, the fragrance itself being a favorite for many. So I just thought, okay, I am going to come and bring you this video and tell you what I think of this fragrance myself, because I intend doing a grouped up video of the Baccarat Rouge inspired by fragrances. So I thought before I can do that, I'd have to give you a actual review of the real thing, and then tell you what I think of the ones that are in the market that are trying to or have a similar vibe, let's just say that. So yeah, in the top, let me just spray this. This is a second take. I think you can see that. So I was about to sniff the hand before I even sprayed it. Okay, I've sprayed it right there. Okay, so it does have somewhat of an oily, just a faint oily fluid, and that is because it's the Extrait version, so it's definitely concentrated. Now in the top we've got bitter almond, we've got some saffron in the top, and then in the mid it's got the Egyptian jasmine and some cedar. This I don't need to sniff a lot because it's got a huge presence. It's a big fragrance. Now that I've sprayed it, I can literally just tell you without even putting my arm towards my nose, but I'm just doing that for the sake of you guys following along. And then in the base it's got some ambergris, it's got some woods and some musk. This is a big fragrance, like I said. It is definitely sweeter than the original. If you've sprayed the original Baccarat Rouge 540, the Baccarat Rouge 540 is sweet, but this is definitely a tad bit sweeter than, Baccarat Rouge 540. It is warm, it's bright, and it's also playful at the same time. The jasmine in here, I think, gives it this sweet and airy kind of vibe. That's just what I think. And then it's got a burst of sugar with a creamy feel that wraps it up. So this sugar is caramelized because it does have a tad bit of some, it gives it a resin feel. So yeah, it's not just sugar in your face. It's a sugar that is kind of, got a smoky feel to it. It's definitely creamy, it's alluring, it wraps you up. Like I said, there isn't really much to say about this, but I'm going to say it anyway because, like I said, I will bring the inspired by versions, and I'll tell you where they nail it or where they fall short with this actual original Baccarat Rouge Extrait de Parfum. Right, it is definitely way richer and way louder, which is expected for a concentrated version. It's way richer and way louder than the original. So yeah, you can expect more. I know some people, I've heard someone say this, there is really not much difference, but I feel the difference between the original and this. Whether or not you will need both is, I don't think, necessary, to actually own both, because I think this one just amps it up. If you love the original, you definitely will, will be really obsessed with this Extrait version. Yeah, it is. It's also quite addictive. It draws you in. Certainly an olfactory work of art. So like I said, there isn't much to say about this fragrance. However, I become anosmic to this fragrance. I find that I become anosmic to this fragrance after I wear it, say one day after the other. I just tend to lose the sense of smell to it, but the people around me can smell it. So it is one fragrance that I tend to wear and then take a break from wearing it, because when I sometimes even within the same day, I can smell it as I wear it immediately. But after that, like at the end of the day, if I say I'm going to wear it a second day or a third day, I start to ask, to ask myself whether people can actually smell it, but I know that's just my nose palette, playing with me. It is one of those fragrances that they just suck you in, and then it plays with your senses, and you end up, kind of not really smelling it. But not to say it does not, have a presence. This is a beast. If you overdo, I know what I'm saying, because I decided to do 2, 3, 4 more sprays than usual because of this anosmic thing that I'm talking about. And I had people around me saying, oh my God, you really smell sweet, but in a beautiful way. This is not the cloying kind of sweet. This is, to me, a bold, intoxicating kind of sweet fragrance, which to the user tends to play with the senses. That's basically what I'm trying to say here. But a little goes a long way when it comes to this fragrance. The longevity is eternal, to me at least. So I get, when I wear it on that particular day, or whenever I decide to wear it, like I said, I do take breaks when wearing it. But when I wear it, like now, I haven't worn it in a while, but I know I'm just going to be sniffing my hand and I'll just be smelling of this. So a little goes a long way. So price-wise, it's not so friendly. This is one of the fragrances that are really expensive on the market. But, whether or not it's worth it, yes, it is worth it, because a little goes a long way. It's not one of those fragrances that you really need to bathe in it. The only downside to it, like I said, not to this particular fragrance, but to just the what it represents or whatever, is a lot of inspired by versions are out there. A lot of companies have put it out there. So the only con here is it's now lacking in that specialness, in that original specialness, because there's a lot of dupes flying around, obviously. But I will, like I said, bring you a video and tell you why this one really is set apart from the other ones that are all over the place. It does really it will take you to the original, but in a different way, with more depth, a little more softer. Even the burnt wood, the caramelized sugar here is not too, too, it doesn't feel too burnt, it doesn't give you that latex plasticky feel. No, this just has its own, it just has its own presence. You see, the problem with talking about a fragrance that you love so much, or that I love so much, is I just tend not to know what to say, because what I'm basically trying to avoid here is to keep saying, I like it, I like it, I like it. So I tend to be all over the place, going back and forth, because all I'm trying to say is it is a beautiful fragrance, and I can take nothing out of it. Longevity is 10 out of 10. Projection is 10 out of 10. People around you will smell you. Then again, price versus value, that I'll just give a 7 out of 10, only because it is really quite on the pricey side. So yeah, basically that is it. But whether or not it's worth it, yes. Do you need the original as well as this one? Maybe not. I feel if you have the original and you have this, you probably gravitate more towards this one, because this one really goes the whole 9 yards. There are a few differences there between this one and and the original. In fact, I'd say the bitter almond in this one also gives it just a tad bit unisex edge. It does have the bitter almond in here that gives it a bit of a unisex vibe, but not so much. Yeah, really, really creamy, and it's just lush. It's a beautiful fragrance altogether. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me, guys, today. Let me know what you think of Baccarat Rouge Parfum, the Extrait. If you own it, or if you own the original, you just let me know what you think. The purpose I did this video, because I was going to bring this fragrance on my most addictive, my most complimented fragrances, but then I thought, before I can bring in these grouped up other fragrances that I want to compare with this one, I may as well just do Baccarat Rouge, the Extrait version, and get it out of the way, and then bring the other ones. That way it makes sense, because I didn't want people coming for me and saying, well, but you don't have, you haven't shown us this fragrance, why are you comparing it when you don't have it? So yeah, that's what I had to say. I sincerely think this is beautiful. The only reason why I guess, you know, those who like it tend to gravitate towards the dupes is because of the price. The price is a bit on the, it's not even a bit, the price is really, really, you know, on the upside. But otherwise, generally, it's a good fragrance. So thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you have subscribed. If you haven't already, please, if you haven't subscribed, please do consider subscribing. Why not? Join this family and help this channel grow. I will definitely and most you know from the bottom of my heart appreciate that. I will bring you another fragrance review video soon, so do stay tuned, and I hope you're safe, and wherever you are safe. That is what is important these days. Stay blessed, and remember, smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.